Good morning, traders. Welcome to the pre-market show. Megan's back. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning, Peter. How are you today?
I am feeling good. I went last night and I finally watched the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. Weird as always, but what I liked, I got to give it a 10 out of 10 because Peter really saved the day. Peter was the star of the movie. He saved it. It was... Every Deadpool has a Peter, and they were actually chanting Peter. So 10 out of 10.
Oh, wow. So your ego is it's doing well this morning.
You bet. I mean,
Peter,
he was rocking a lovely bodysuit too. So that was, if you see the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, all right.
Was it good though? Was the movie good? Was it good?
If you like Deadpool, then there was a lot of it. You probably have to watch it 3 times to get all of the jokes. Like there's just so much happening, like all of the banter and everything, and the references and the cameos and the everything, and he slipped everybody in there. So his wife does a cameo, I think, at one point. I think that's, anyways, it's all sorts of stuff. All right. Anyways, we're here to talk about stocks, and it's yet another day in the market. Been a tough week for me trading-wise, but largely because, it's my own fault. I've had some. I have not been strict to my rules, which our special guest yesterday, Kreda, was talking about that and the mental resiliency you needed, and I liked having her on because she reminded me of some of what I needed to do. I was actually reflecting upon that after the market closed yesterday and realized I need to get back to some basics. So let's get back to some basics today. And oh my goodness, I love the meme. There we go. Thank you, Jared. Look at that. That's oh, look at that. Don't I look heroic? Hold on. Where can I put this? Here we go. Look at me, looking all heroic.
Can't see it yet.
Oh yeah. Well, I need our editor to fix that. But here, I got to put it over the chart. So there you go.
There we go.
There we go.
I was getting it for you.
Oh, look at that.
Just needed a second.
That's pretty close to what I look like these days. So
Yeah, Peter, you've been working out. Look at that. Like the pecs, so? So strong.
Yeah. So you're saying I looked worse before? That's horrible. All right. Anyways,
never.
Thanks, Megan. It's all good. All right, here we go. Let's talk stocks because we do have some economic data information. We can start with that. Not a lot really, and looking at the markets so far, not much that the market cares about. But we can start talking about jobs. So we thought they were going to get a revised job number yesterday. I don't even know if that really happened because I could never actually find the number, but whatever. But we did have initial jobs claims and continuing job claims that were coming out just moments ago. Pretty boring, actually. 232,000 was the expectation for initial jobless claims. Came out exactly on target. And 1.87 million was the continuing jobless claim number, and it was pretty much right on target, within 7,000, coming out at 1.863. So right in the ballpark there. And, which means the market is going to say, okay, good. Nothing to see here. We can move on with their day. So that's good. Later this morning, we do have the U.S. services and manufacturing PMI numbers that come out. Not typically market mover type stuff. So you probably don't have to worry about it. If you're in a trade, you can just continue on your merry way. And then at 10 a.m., we do have the existing home sales. There's been a little more focus on home sales, I feel, just because of the concern over market health. Tends to be a little bit of an indicator as to, how freely are people spending their money? Are they buying new homes? So we'll see what happens. That number sitting at the 3.95 million is the expectation. We'll see what happens when that number comes out at 10. After that, we're sort of free to go. There's no real other numbers or expected data coming out. So it should be a quiet afternoon, which is going to leave us to all the stuff that we have on our watch lists. Which I was checking the gappers. We did have some earnings. I know that in the pre-market show with Jared, if you're an elite member, you could have watched that with him, or just a member of the chat room. He was talking about Snow, which we will talk about. That was the earnings from after the close yesterday that I know that he and Brian were looking at. I don't think either one of them actually decided to trade that. It was a little crazy. So yeah, tough to trade. Big spread. Or did Jared did trade it long, actually, now that I think about it. I can't remember. The days are all running together. Yeah, I think he took it off the bottom bounce and traded it long. I know. I was just watching. I know I didn't do it. So, all right. So let's look at this gappers list, and we're going to go through them, and we're going to put Megan on the spot a bunch of times as I yell out random tickers, and we'll see if she can figure out what the heck is happening. So we're going to start with the top of the list, which is the GDC, the GD Culture Group. Wow, big volume, 11.5 million shares traded. The pre-market price action looks pretty good. Look, it pretty much looks like the stock is open.
Yeah, so this one, the news literally is that they opened a TikTok account. So they opened a TikTok account to share AI news and like upcoming trends with AI. So that's it. They opened a TikTok account and it went wild.
Okay.
Yeah, it happened yesterday, and like, I don't know, but maybe I'm missing out here that I'm not on TikTok. Maybe if I open a TikTok account, will my net worth go up like tremendously?
Yeah, that is, I don't even know what to do with that. I mean, they're up 80%, which means that, I mean, their market cap wasn't that big, but so that opening a TikTok account was worth something like $18 million for them. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Look, well, this feels memey. Yeah. Like if ever there was a meme stock, that's got to be it, right? Opening a TikTok account. I don't know if it's a big mention on the Reddit threads or what, but look, when you're up 80% and you've got this type of volume, I think we got to at least put it on a secondary to set some levels because somebody's going to want to trade it. This is a low float, though. We're talking about just under 10 million shares in the float, so be careful with it. This also happens to be a company with only $400,000 in annual sales. So, right. But they're losing $11 million a year. Oh, this is a meme stock if ever there was one. All right, then. On the list it goes, just in case you want to watch this type of thing. All right, let's move on to the next one, AIRI. Wow, I'm surprised. Okay. 3.7 million shares, up 57%. This has got to be another low float, right? Let me pick this. Air Industries, Aerospace and Defense.
The float on this is like 2.5 million. So at least that's what I'm seeing here. They apparently they secured a $110 million contract for turbofan engine components. So it has something to do with the contract that they just got.
See, at least that I can understand. Is this me being an old man again? You open a TikTok account and you go up 80%. At least they have like an actual contract to do something. There I am. What's wrong these days? Oh, I remember the days when actually doing business meant something. Anyways, all right. That's really not a very strong rant. But AIRI, I understand that. At least there's some business behind it. They're up 60% roughly. Good volume pre-market. Like it actually doesn't look bad. Again, how will it trade when the market opens? I don't know. I'm noticing this has got, so if you, depending on your platform, it might show you the markets in a different way. It's got an A beside it, which tells me it's an American stock exchange, or essentially it's sort of like it's lightly traded, non-institutionally held type stock. So this thing could do anything. So once again, be careful with it. Might be fun to set some levels. We'll see if it's still moving in 20 minutes from now. So, all right, moving on, because we do have a lot on the list. GOVX, it's been on our list for a few days here. It was on the down list, I think, wasn't it, yesterday? Now it's back on the up list. Yeah, well, anyways, yeah.
I don't think
been
it's any
popping
new.
around.
I don't think it's any new news. I think it's just the same news that we've been talking about all week long.
Monkeypox?
Yeah, monkeypox.
Good old monkeypox. Well, let's stay away from the monkeypox. Okay. Speaking of things that were down and are now up, Lunar is on the up list. It was definitely on the down list yesterday. 400,000 shares. I imagine there's probably no new news on this. This is just sort of a rebound.
Yeah,
play.
There's nothing new today that I can find. Just a quote from yesterday that they are saying they won't run out of money for at least a year. That's always the goal. That's always the goal, right? Make it one more year.
That's great. Okay. I think I remember a time in my life where that's what I felt about my personal finances. So, okay. Well, that's good. Well, you know what? If you like Govx or you like Lunar, by all means watch them. They have decent volume, better volume on Govx, I would say at this point. But I don't love either one of them, frankly. They don't sort of meet my criteria. There's no catalyst, and I just don't know how well they'll move. And we'll stick to some of the usuals you hear me talk about every single day, rather than those. But don't let me dissuade you if you like them. Let's go to other stuff that's on our gap list and see what's happening. No, I don't even like this. Somehow it slipped through the cracks. SSL, nope, shouldn't be here. PRKS, nope, garbage.
SSL just did have earnings. If that's a stock that people are actually interested in.
Okay.
I mean, it does look like trash this morning, but you never know. I guess they missed their expectations. Yeah, bring in the trash truck, but they do have a catalyst, unlike some of these that are like they don't actually have anything really going on.
Okay. All right. Well, if you like the earnings, only 25,000 shares, it looks dead, right? No price action to speak of. So
yeah,
I'm going to keep moving here. What was I looking at? DB, Deutsche Bank. Not a lot of volume. Yeah. How about DJT? It actually was. It was moving a little bit yesterday. Price action's been actually fairly low compared to where it was. Let's go back to the daily here. Sorry, compared to where it was like a month ago. But I said it did move up yesterday, and I notice it's continuing those gains today. This is, news and politics related. The Trump Media Group here on DJT. Anything of note, Megan?
I don't think so. I mean, nothing that I can see that's new news. I'm sure it has something to do with just everything that's going on this week with the conventions, but I don't see anything new and newsworthy of it, at least for now.
I love how the headline here I'm reading is Trump media stock soars 15% after weeks of free falling. So if you free fall like 20,000 feet and then gain 1,500 feet, are you soaring or you're just like crashing slower?
just like the bread you ate yesterday helping you bounce a little bit off of the ground.
I don't. Anyways, all right. So, anyways, if you like it, you could trade it. It actually doesn't look great pre-market. I mean, it sort of looks okay, but it's not. I wouldn't put it on my list. Sometimes it's fun. It is like watching a train wreck in slow motion, that and some of these stocks. But I'm not sure. I'll put it on my list for today. All right. Estee Lauder. They usually only show up when they have earnings. Is that the case for them today?
Yeah, I thought their earnings were earlier this week. Am I mistaken? I could have sworn earnings were like, what's today?
Let's see.
What's today? Thursday? Earnings were on Tuesday, I think.
Okay. Well, interesting that they're showing up today. Any new? They're at a conference.
People on YouTube and in the chat are saying they got an upgrade.
Yeah, actually, they got a mention. It looks like on Kramer's show, so looks like Kramer. Did he actually recommend them? Usually, when Kramer recommends something, it goes the other way. But it looks like he might have recommended this, and it actually it's actually moving up. So There you go. But you're right. They did get an upgrade as well. Piper Sandler upgraded them from
Piper
neutral
Sandler.
to overweight with a $114 price target. Estee Lauder, I've tried to watch this a few times. It does not typically trade well, so we probably talked about it more than we should. So I'm going to move on here. Some of these I already looked at. How about Broadcom, AVGO? That's one I don't normally see on the list. Up just over 2%, 300,000 shares. What's it been doing recently? Not much.
News that they secured. Yeah, they secured a major win with OpenAI.
Okay.
And they're
Did
targeting
they open a TikTok account?
Yeah, maybe. Do we have a TikTok account? We need to do that. No, I think we do.
Apparently. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's AI related. Targeting a $150 billion AI market. I mean, anytime anybody says AI, it seems to spike the price these days. So, it looks like $150 billion AI semiconductor opportunity. So now you've got AI and semiconductor in the same news. So this could be interesting.
So they're just throwing like buzzwords in there.
Yeah,
all right,
exactly.
Well, you know what? Hey, sometimes it's all about that buzzword bingo, or BS bingo, as we used to call it. And yeah, exactly, Simmer. Yeah, let maybe AVGO is creating an electric vehicle. Let's throw that in there, where it's got an automatic pot filter. I don't know. Let's make stuff up for AVGO. All right, probably not a great trade. I mean, you look at the daily, you can see how it's been in this range, which was a gap range back in July, but it's really stuck right in there. Pre-market action, as you would expect, doesn't look all that great. AVGO stock I normally avoid. So I don't have anything that I really want to report on that. For a gap up, that's sort of the list that we've got on the formal gappers. Megan, as usual, I'll ask you, do you have anything gapping up that you desperately want to talk about?
No, I think we've covered all of them. Okay. So let's move on down to everything that's going to hell right now.
Well, before we get there, I can talk about one, maybe two that are surprising to me that are gapping up because they did have earnings. Zoom was the other one that had earnings last night that we were looking at. They had a good quarter and beat their numbers. So Zoom not getting a lot of volume. It says 250,000 shares, but looking at the price action, I don't really see it because there's really no order flow. And if you look at the daily on Zoom, you can see it's been very choppy for pretty much all of this year. Really, we have to go back to, we have to go back to the glory days of Zoom. Here, oh my goodness. Come on. Data. Bring me more data. Look, it was 2021, really, with the last time Zoom was doing fun stuff. And then for the last couple of years, it's just been hanging out here as everybody, it's just part, I guess, if you're corporate culture, you might have it or using some other equivalent, but yeah, it's been pretty boring. So good earnings, probably not going to give a huge price action, but I thought I'd mention it. The other one that on the gap up list that sort of fits in that same pandemic type stock range is Peloton. Peloton had earnings this morning, if I remember, and they once again beat their numbers. A lot of beats out there in the street, but doesn't necessarily mean that their stock is going anywhere. So they have good volume this morning, 7.2 million shares. But again, look at how Peloton has been stuck in a range for quite a while as well. On the morning, I said it doesn't look bad in the last hour or so, but I don't know. This one's iffy for me because it's up 12%, but it's only like a $4 stock, right? $3.80, which means that you're either playing for pennies or you're taking big risk. When the stock price gets really low, it gets very difficult to try and manage the risk, in my opinion. So be careful with it, but I don't mind this. So that's why I wanted to put it on your radar in case it's something you might like. Good volume this morning, get it over 7 million shares. So there you go. Peloton is a potential if it's something that you might like. All right, let's move to the formal gap. Yeah. Do you have one?
No, have you ever used one?
Oh, have I? I did at my my brother-in-law had got one, and when I was watching his kids one day, I'm like, I'll go down and use his bike. So it was, it was okay. It was but I can't see paying all those fees for it, frankly.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't bad. Compared to a lot of other stationary bikes, it actually was more like a bike than most stationary bikes, but not enough for me to pay all the thousands of dollars for it.
Yeah, during the pandemic, I will say it was something that I was looking into at the time, and it was taking like 3 months or something like that to even get one because they were so back ordered that I ended up getting the SoulCycle bike. And honestly, it's so nice. I would say if you're ever going to choose one, the SoulCycle bike is amazing. It has more, you can move it around more. So if SoulCycle has a stock, that's the one that I would invest in.
Okay. Well, there you go. There's Megan's product review here this morning on the Pre-Market Show. All right. Well, let's go to the gap down list, and we'll see what we got over there that might be worth watching. I'm going to start at the top with Advanced Auto Parts, AAP, gapping down 21% on 400,000 shares. Price action is like sort of flat, but stable. Like we're getting some consistent price action here. It is a NYSE stock, which means I would expect lower volume. What's
they
the
had
news?
Earnings. Yeah, earnings catalyst on this one today. They missed, and their future outlook was cut, and it sounds like they're selling. I don't know if it's part of their business, but the name of it is like something Peck. World Pack, selling part World Pack business. I don't know exactly what that is, but I think the biggest news is obviously that they missed on their earnings here and they cut their future outlook, but that the selling of, I guess it's part of their business. Selling World Pack. I don't know what that is.
But they're selling
it. Exactly.
Okay. All right. This in-depth report has been brought to you by...
All right, moving on.
Urban Outfitters. This has got to be a place that you shop, Megan. Have you ever shopped from Urban Outfitters?
I've definitely been there. You know what? I can't say that I've ever bought clothes from there, but they've got these like sections in Urban Outfitters, which is like all this random crap, but like, older record players, like retro stuff. Just they've got like cool little like tchotchkes and like, gift items. So no clothing. I don't know that it's really my style of clothing, but they've got some like other cool stuff.
Oh, the only time I've been into an Urban Outfitters was I was looking for records for my son, and I went to that section, but I didn't understand the rest of the store, I'll have to admit. But that's me being old. They didn't have any khakis or like New Balance shoes for me, or
did you call them khakis? Is that how you say that? Is that
khakis?
Yeah, khakis.
Khakis?
Khakis?
I don't know. That's how it came out of my mouth. That's probably not how I normally say it.
I don't know. You're Canadian. You get a pass. You guys say all kinds of things weird, like Zed, which, by the way, I cannot get Brian saying the Dr. Seuss term out of my head, which he like came on and he was like, it reminds me of a Dr. Seuss term. Like, I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them. Zed I am, or something like that. And now that is the story. Like, all I hear is green eggs and ham and Zed together. So every time you say it, it's just, I think of Dr. Seuss.
Well, you're going to make fun of my khakis. Well, that's it. That's it. Well, I'm going to stick to wearing my dungarees then. Just dungarees for me. All right.
Anyways, Urban Outfitters, they missed on earnings, and they reported disappointing sales growth. So no one's buying the khakis or the records.
Okay. There we go. That Megan gave it right back to me after I mocked her. So that's fair. I can't complain. All right. Snow. We were talking about this. Snowflake had earnings after the close yesterday. And as we said, big drop initially. If we go back here, you can see a big drop. Jared sort of played the bounce a little bit, if I remember, and then sort of got out of it because it did not continue. But it looks like it's continued its path down here on what I didn't think was bad earnings. So what's up, Megan? Or what's down?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. The earnings were a beat, so I couldn't tell you, but that is how the market works, folks. Sometimes it just be like that. Yeah, I honestly was like, yeah.
I don't know then. Well, whatever it is, it's moving down, and it's certainly gapping significantly this morning. So if you like it, it's got what was the volume? Sorry, volume on Snow 1.3 million. So it's not bad. It's not great. All right, so we'll see what
YouTube. We got someone in YouTube named Very Smart Guy, and they're saying that Buffett sold some of it, and that could be why. Okay. And their name is Very Smart Guy, so I really think that Buffett probably sold it, and they know things because they're a very smart guy.
It checks out.
Checks out, yeah.
Checks out. That's you've just discovered, everybody, the level of our our market research. So that's all we need. That's what else? That sounds like proof enough to me. We're probably about doing as much due diligence as your normal media outlet these days, or so it feels. So there you go. All right. Anyways, let's keep moving, guys. Here, Williams and Sonoma, or I guess it's just officially Williams-Sonoma. There's no and. WSM looks like they're down about 10%. Relatively low volume, 300,000 shares. This has got to be earnings. It's the only time they normally show up.
It is. Yeah, it is earnings. They missed on it. I feel like this is my fault because I love Williams-Sonoma, and I left the chef industry to come day trade, and I haven't been buying anything. So this is my fault. I apologize. But yes, they missed on earnings.
Single-handedly brought down the company. Okay, well, they're going to have to learn to live without you, Megan, because we're not letting you go. So that's too bad for them. If you want to play that, then by all means. I have watched these guys in the past as well. They actually don't move that bad, especially for a NYSE stock. Again, you've always got to wait for the volume because it doesn't come in right at 9:30 when the opening bell goes. And you can sometimes get a move. Let me see what's the daily. What's our range looking like? Well, it's well below this consolidation range it put in, and it's at the bottom of this gap. So I actually sort of like that. I like where it sits. Maybe we'll talk levels on that a little bit later, but it doesn't look that bad. So we may come back to it. All right, let's move on. AEG, Aegon Limited.
Aegon.
I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. AEG. Anyways,
it sounds like when people say my name wrong. And they say Aegon. No, people in Canada say my name Megan. When I lived there, it was always Megan. I'm like, no, it's not that. But anyways, I've seen a couple different things here in the news. What? Tell me.
Well, if it's going to be Megan, then our expectation is you have an accent aigu on the E. So, anyways.
Oh, you French people.
That would be May. May. Yeah, but anyways.
Megan.
Right,
okay. So I've seen two different things of news here. One is a net loss report for the first half of 2024. And the other thing here is that they've taken on a $449 million charge on a higher mortality after COVID. So they must be it's a life insurance company.
Mm-hmm.
So
our insurance out of the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah. So it seems like, they've taken on almost $500 million in charges on mortality after COVID. So they reported a net loss probably because of that. And that's the news on that.
Okay. That's pretty boring. All right. So let's move on. BJ Wholesale Club, a company with the weird name that's managed to survive. BJ's. had earnings. I know that. I thought they had a good quarter, though, so I'm surprised to see them down by 6%.
No, it looks like they actually missed on estimates.
Did they? Oh,
that's what I'm seeing here.
I see that they beat on their estimates, but okay.
Oh yeah, mixed news here. I do see an article that says that they actually did beat on it, so
maybe that's why confusion reigns, and therefore they drop.
Is this This isn't the restaurant?
No.
BJ's.
They're like a Costco competitor, aren't they? I don't know. We don't have any of these in Canada.
Yeah, I've never seen this before.
BJ Wholesale Club. Are they not like a West Coast thing? Yeah, apparently our room is saying that they are wholesale. I mean, they're called BJ's Wholesale Club, so I assume it was like a Costco type thing.
Yeah.
All right. They're certainly in Maryland. All right. Well, apparently they're on the East Coast, and they're not doing that good. Whatever. So there you go.
Right.
Okay. I just looking at the price action, pretty light. Doesn't look great, so probably not something I'm going to look at trading. Moving on the list here, DEC, Diversified Energy, don't like it. GFI, John was telling us yesterday, apparently he's got that's a military acronym. So,
did he say what it stood for?
He did. I just remember what the F stands for. You could probably guess that. I can't remember what the rest was. Oh yeah, good effing idea. That was it.
Oh, okay.
So, anyways,
I don't see any news.
Yeah, the name's more fun than the actual stock price action, so we can move on. EFX, Equifax. I do have a soft spot in my heart for Equifax. It was one of my very first trades when I started live trading, and it was one of those ones where I traded like way too big of a size because I didn't know any better, and I made a ton of money because I was really like trying to trade with $50 risk, and I made $800 on that one trade in like 2 minutes, and I'm like, I am going to be a god of trading within days. And then of course I went to lose it all many times over, which typically happens. So anyways, doesn't look like it's doing much this morning, but it taught me a valuable lesson. So I gave it its moment in the sun, and then we're moving on. Charles Schwab is here on the list. Wow, 2 million shares. That's a lot for Schwab. SCHW is the ticker on that one. I'm really surprised to see 2 million shares traded on this. It's not normally that fun, to be honest. It's down about 3% this morning.
Yeah, it looks like TD. They reduced their stake in it.
Okay.
So TD Ameritrade, 2 points. Oh, I'm seeing mixed here, but I see $2.6 billion hit. They reduced its stake by $3.4 billion.
Or was it did TD reduce their stake in Schwab or what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
TD reduced their stake in Schwab. Yeah.
I see. Okay, that makes more sense. All right, so they're getting out. I see. Yes, they're cutting their size from 12% to 10%. So getting out of a couple of $1 billion worth of Schwab. Okay. So that's why it's dropping this morning. Again, volume is interesting on this. A lot more volume than I would normally see on this stock. So it could be partly because of the TD sale. I don't know the timing of that sale. May be a good candidate for future drops. So if you guys like it, it might be worth watching. We got a lot of maybes on the candidate list here. So I'll leave that one open to your discretion as whether you want to watch it. We're running slow here. So today, TEL, don't like it, and AU, which is a gold stock, Anglo Gold, also don't like it. So I'm moving right on. Megan, anything that I've missed that must be talked about? You're on mute.
Oops. You're supposed to just read my lips, but news-based, no, nothing that I.
Thank you for saying how awesome I was. That's what I read.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing news-based that I see, just the normal tickers that we normally look at if we wanted to go over any of those. other than that, news-based wise, I don't see anything worth talking about.
Okay. The only one I had on my list to mention to you guys was Baidu. Baidu had earnings overnight. I think it was a mixed picture. They missed on revenue but beat on bottom line. Watching some of these Chinese stocks as they've been moving in the last few days. JD yesterday. I think we had Baba earlier in the week. So Baidu might be their turn. Might be interesting to watch today. Doesn't look great pre-market, to be honest. It's sort of looking okay, but not awesome. Only a little under 400,000 shares. So I think we actually have some better stuff to watch if you're really just going to pick something. So there's that. What we haven't done is we haven't looked at any of the old standbys. Let me just quickly do a run through here. NVIDIA. It's usual 8.5 million shares trading this morning. Looks like it's getting a little bit of a gap up here. So always in play, or at least certainly has been the last few months. AMD, not as much in play today. Only 500,000 shares, so it doesn't look anywhere near as good as NVIDIA. Tesla, the next one I was moving to. Wow, actually relatively low volume. 900,000 shares on this, and looking slow this morning. So we'll see where Tesla goes. Apple, looking sort of blah. Some of the ones that were moving yesterday. Meta made a move off the open yesterday. You can see this. Look at the big move it made yesterday. I know in the room people were like, "Look at Meta go." And it did, and then sort of gave it all back. I think Amazon was another one that I think was it doing the same thing. No, there was less exacerbated of a move on the way up. Certainly moved down afterwards. And what was the other one people were watching? Was it Google? Yeah, I think they all sort of at the open were just making this strong move up. So unlike the NVIDIAs of the world, which at the same time was just like yesterday was just like chopping around, right? So anyways, I think today though NVIDIA looks much better. I mean, this pre-market action looks a lot better than it did yesterday. So hopefully we'll get some opportunity. All right, with that, we're a couple minutes behind, but
just one other one to throw out there. There really quick. We've been talking about it all week pretty much, but ASTS yesterday it actually had a really good move yesterday. Pretty smooth, low of the day around 32 or so, and made it all the way up to 39 yesterday. So that's a 7-point move for this $30 stock. So that's really good.
Yeah. And it's as you can see, right, the volume has been has ramped up on it since it's the beginning of the week, and it's really been sort of moving with a little more volume and price action. So ASTS is in play, and I don't know. I mean, I guess this morning so far only 220,000 shares, so volume's a little lower today, but can't deny that it's moved, and I also can't deny Jared called it. He said so, Jared.
Yep.
So there you go. He was right. I don't like to have to admit that, but all right, he was right. And ASTS, good call out there, Megan. All right, let's take a quick look at what we have today, because today it's all about mentorship. We have a number of mentorship sessions that Megan is going to describe for you.
Yep, I am indeed. So today is, as Peter said, Mentorship Thursday. We kick it off at 11 a.m. Eastern with John, although I did see in the group chat yesterday that he might not make it, and it looks like Jared's going to cover for him if he can't get there. Something to do with ordering a part for his washer or his washing machine, and he's got to install it or something. So he's got blue collar work to do today. So John may or may not be on, but if he's not there, it will be Jared today. So either way, in the webinar room, 11 a.m. Eastern is when we start. And then we're going to go into options at 2 p.m. Eastern with Jared and myself. And then at 4 p.m., we're going to have Lenny on with the afternoon mentorship. And then we roll into the evening at 8 p.m. Eastern with Thor for his evening mentorship. And these are all for elite members only in the webinar room. So if you are not an elite member, unfortunately, you will not have access. So all the more reason to become an elite member, which, Peter, I'll let you do the sales pitch on this one.
Well, as we discovered yesterday, the way you want to go, frankly, I mean, there's the intro offer if you just want to kick the tires, but this Diamond Annual membership is like by far the best deal. Don't even consider the Elite Annual at the moment. This Diamond Annual gives you basically everything in the Elite Annual plus a $50,000 funded account. So basically you get a DOS account. It's a demo account. You're not trading real money. However, if you actually make real money over the period in which you have it, Andrew will pay you the cash. So it's a good deal. There's obviously some terms and conditions there, but we want to try and encourage people to trade and trade maturely over the long run. And this is our attempt to do it. Andrew's willing to back it with real money. So you could very well not only earn back the cost of that membership, but more if you play your cards right. So it's a great deal. Consider it. You can find it on our website. Go to bearbulltraders.com and you can find all the details. If you click the join now, it'll give you more details about the membership and how it works. So a 4-to-1 margin means that essentially that's you can, I think it's a $50,000 account, but you have $200,000 of leverageable capital. So that's my understanding. So JJ, I'm not 100% on that. Oh, it's $12,500 leveraged 4 times to get to the 50. So it goes the other way. So it's a relatively small account, but you can build it, and that's the objective. So 50,000 in buying power, base cash. So keep that in mind, by the way, if you're trading live money, right? You always have more leverage behind it, but you got to be careful about overusing that leverage because that's how you can get yourself into trouble. So thank you for clarification. Some of our members knew the details better than me. All right, with that, let's go to setting a couple of levels. I had a whole bunch of stuff that I had on my maybe list. So we will start with the usuals we know, right? Let me very quickly run through some of the usual candidates with NVIDIA. Oh, my goodness. Excuse me. Sorry about that. NVIDIA, I've already got my levels set. And frankly, they haven't changed from yesterday. Highs and lows of the previous couple of days sort of bracket the bottom end. But if we do move out the top end, 130 has been a level that NVIDIA has been struggling with. So we break through that. The next sort of port of call from my point of view is going to be way up here at almost 136. So I'm going to take a look at that. What was the open here was 131. The close is 135. So I'm going to put this at 135.50 because I want some advance notice if it does get up there. I don't know that it will, but if it does, I'll be ready for it in case NVIDIA really starts to move. Obviously, we have what I think this is the all-time high, isn't it? 140.76. I think it's the all-time high. Let's just go back in time. Yeah, NVIDIA has not been this high. Nope. All right, so we got the all-time high, so we got some good levels there for NVIDIA. AMD is my good buddy, but it doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be tradable today. I'm seeing pretty light price action so far. I've got all these levels set. 2 days ago, the high and low was bracketing the current price range, so that gives me some good levels. And as you can see, I've got a lot of levels already in my chart. 164 would be a level to watch at the high side, 155 on the downside. Frankly, we'll see what it does. I think AMD is going to have a pretty blah day, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Tesla is the other one that we always take a look at. I've been working within that 2 day ago range as well, but we'll see what it does today. If it breaks out of that 230.50 to the high side and 220 to the downside is what I will be looking at. But that's a big $10 range, so we'll see what Tesla can do today, if anything. All right, Megan mentioned ASTS. We got to take a look at it. It is in all-time high territory here. And that means that, well, the high that it's set here at 39, what was the high? 38.99, right, was the high. Like, it just can't get through that 39. You can see how it's tried in a couple of days. And if we go to a 60-minute chart, you can even see more how it's like it's really, really tried. I think pre-market, it was above that on one day. Yeah, I got over to 40.33 pre-market, like at 4 a.m. But it has never gotten over that during regular trading hours. So we'll see if ASTS, obviously you got to watch that $39 level, very clear on the high side. And the downside, really the only levels I've got are to watch the lows of the previous 2 days, which are sitting around 32.30 or so. So again, we go back to a 60-minute chart. you can sort of see this area here that you got to watch around 30. Well, this looks like a little higher actually if I look at a 60-minute chart, around $33. So maybe I'll set a level at 33. I like right here, 33.10, 33.12. I'm going to put a level just so I can keep an eye on that. All right, so that's ASTS for me. Also, my list, Williams-Sonoma, or I always want to put an "and" in there. Williams-Sonoma, another store. Do we have those in Canada? Anybody know? I don't. I'm not going.
Are you also in that age demographic that says the Facebook?
No, I don't do that. But apparently in Vancouver, Simmer says they do have Williams-Sonoma. I do like to call it Beyond the Meat, though, which I know it's not. But anyways, Williams-Sonoma, it's, if you want overpriced kitchen stuff, that's the place to go. So for a level point of view, we are down below this area of consolidation. Like I pointed out, right, I love the fact that we had this gap. See this gap back here in March? And we're actually right now sitting, where are we sitting? We're sitting at the high end of the gap. But if we get there, right here is when it spiked. That high was 124.52. I want a level right there so that I can watch that. And then where this candle starts, its low is 130.60. So if we get down into the area where we got to worry about that gap, I've set some levels just above those areas so I get sort of advance notice. I think it may be worth watching if we get a drop into there. We'll see what happens. I noticed that one day here back in the beginning of August, it did dip into that area. If Megan was drawing boxes, I usually draw boxes around areas of consolidation, but this would be a big empty box because there's really no price action, right, that happened in here other than this one day. So I think it'd be very interesting if it gets there. We'll see what happens. I did mention Baidu. It didn't look wonderful. The price action is pretty flat. Frankly, I don't know that I want to set a lot of levels. I don't think it's going to be hugely in play, so I won't watch that. A couple that I did mention, though, that I've got to, just because of the volume and how much they were moving, GDC, sitting up here, 13.3 million shares now, and it's moving. I got to believe this is, oh my. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. So definitely not an all-time high. You can see how it's definitely spent a good part of its life higher, but not for a couple of years. I don't know that any of these levels are relevant, frankly.
What's the short float on this one, Peter? The short float on this one, because the fact that they're getting all this meme kind of news from opening a TikTok account, I mean, the fact that the stock's been so high, are we in for some type of a squeeze here on this one?
Well, look, I see the short float as less as 0.5%. So that tells me with only a 9.5 million share float, this is not institutionally traded. So I think it's just it's hard to borrow too. You can see you get this thing that says it's not shortable. I don't know that it's a short squeeze because I don't think many people are short. I think it's just memeing itself out. We'll see if it can continue. If it can continue during the day, this could be fun, but high risk, right? I just want you to know it's high risk, so be careful about that. All right.
I'm so distracted by Andrew right now. We need to get him on here very quickly.
We'll show you why we're distracted in a second here. I just saw that too, and I'm like, well, there he is. What the hell? Oh, he's got the dollars. The dollar symbol's going. All right. Dollar, 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 y'all. All right. Snowflake. We just got to take one quick look at that. We'll set some levels on that because I do like the fact that it's gapping down. It's got decent volume. We'll see if it can continue it when the market's open. There's definitely a level that had been support, but it broke through here at $22.70. So we're sitting below that at about $22 right now. So we got to see if it's going to break down. Not a lot of good levels on Snow, to be honest. Let's go to a 60-minute chart and look over the last couple of weeks and see where the price action was happening. Right where I set that level at 2070, definitely an area that had previously been support, but like I said, we're sitting just above. So No, wait, that was different. That was 2270. Ooh, okay. So I got to mark this one. Look at the low of pre-market. That's why I was getting confused. My low of pre-market, $120.66. But look at how many days it actually had support there. And it looks like it was also support pre-market. So I'm definitely going to set a level in that area so I can keep an eye on it. We'll see what happens with snow. All right, with that, we've got about 9 minutes to the market open. We've got Andrew, who's clearly ready to go, rocking some stylish glasses there. Yeah, look at him. Rock star. He's getting ready for Burning Man, clearly, which, as an old guy, I've got to say, spending time in the desert and either getting muddy or like sand in every orifice doesn't sound exciting to me. But if that's your thing, go to Burning Man. Andrew, you feeling ready for it? Have you got all your stuff taped up so you don't get sand in places you don't want it to go?
We gave the presentation yesterday on Money Show with Carlos Zaratini with these kind of things. Like we took craziness to the different level. Like I asked them, Money Show is a very formal presentation. Like, the big banks, the CEOs and everything. So we want to present like this with this jacket. So this is how we're gonna do. Who's coming to Burning Man?
You have the widest selection, by the way, of those types of jackets of anybody I know.
Hell yeah, because I'm Andrew Aziz. I gotta have very serious dresses. So yeah. I'm actually trading like this today with these glasses.
Okay.
And as you see, the money is coming up to my glass. Do you see the glasses? The money is coming. Yeah, it's just money.
Money. You can see through those?
Well, no, but I can still trade. I can trade like a blind guy.
He just feels it. He just feels it.
I still have better trading than you.
All right. If Andrew doesn't show it, but if you actually were to pan the camera down, he doesn't actually trade with a keyboard or a mouse like the rest of us. He trades with a turntable.
Or pants.
Or pants.
Yeah, I don't have pants right now. All right, so guys, let's get back into character. Let's stop doing this.
You bet. Let's hand it over to you. Is Brian joining you this morning?
Well, he should.
Oh, there he is. Of course he is. There's Brian, Mr. Reliable. All right. Oh, look at us. It's like the Brady Bunch again. This is the story.
Really quickly, the only thing we didn't cover was the watch list for the folks on YouTube. So to kind of quickly let them know what we're all watching here. It's very similar across the board, but we've got a lot of NVIDIAs, AMDs, Teslas on the list today. Aside from those, we've got AVGO. Lenny's watching AVGO. Snow. I'll also be watching Snow. We've got Jared also looking at Snow. And Zoom's up here. And then Brian's got AAP and Meta on there. So Meta, again, like we mentioned, had a really strong day yesterday. So, it might be something to watch for a second day play. But yeah, a lot of similar ones across the board, but we've got some in here that had earnings. So keep an eye on those ones. And with that, I will leave you fellows to trade live in your awesome attire.
Thanks, Megan, for keeping us honest and on track. All right. Trade smart, everybody. Have a great, great day. Oh, by the way, before I go, we do have a special guest, we think. I think Susan's going to be joining us at 10:30. She's going to be talking about how you can leverage a Tradebook. We talk about Tradebook a lot, especially on the Peak Capital Trading Camp. If you want to accelerate your trading journey, that Peak Capital Bootcamp is the place to go. Check it out. You get all the details at peakcapitaltrading.com. If you have any questions, we're all here. Peter at peakcapitaltrading.com. You can email me directly. Happy to answer your questions. So check it out. Megan will be on. Susan on 10:30. But we got some live trading to do before that. So over to the boys.
Thank you, Peter. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Andrew. I see you've lost the glasses for the time being.
So we're going to get the market all-time high today.
Yeah.
We are only few dollars away from all-time high.
It's very close. everyone has big dreams for Jackson Hole. Some jobless numbers. Some jobless numbers were revised down. So maybe making the jobs market not looking as good as maybe people thought it was. So we had snow beating on top and bottom line, but apparently people didn't like what the CEO had to say on the call. So we had a big sell-off. Zoom went the other way.
Zoom popped up on, yeah.
Zoom. We're going to the moon.
To the moon.
I don't know. I've got a screen up. Should be
level 2 on Tesla. Tesla is kind of again, Tesla doesn't seem like a super nice daily chart because it's still stuck in this range, but gapping up for now.
A lot of stocks are like that. AMD is kind of back into an area where there's spent a lot of time. So NVIDIA looks like, and NVIDIA is looking like it might might break out here.
Who's going to Burning Man? Anyone coming to Burning Man? No, really. Anyone is really coming to Burning Man this year from the YouTube or from the chat?
Where is your camp? What's the address?
10 and G.
10G. It's quite a ways on the outside, eh? How many rows does it go out? I can't remember.
How many roads they're going? I don't remember.
No, neither do I. All right. NVIDIA is selling a bit here.
Tesla is also coming down to AMD as well. Apple seems super strong. Apple is really holding the market. I like that.
Yeah.
So Excel 42. TQQ's up. Snow is now trading above the volume weighted average price. So even though it's gapping down, might be a potential open range break up. I don't know how it's being traded. I haven't really traded Snow that much.
That's what I was thinking too. It looks maybe on a pullback, it might be a buy.
Right, so we have a lot of people on the live YouTube chat feed. That's pretty awesome. Go, go, go. Now I put my glasses, go, go, go. And then it can be cool. Cool. Love.
Hilarious.
And I think money is probably the way there.
Like this video?
Yeah, liking this video. If you guys need to like this video to be able to get the laptop. So your likes here translate into a laptop for you in the future.
I think you're gonna freak people out that are on drugs when seeing you.
You shouldn't be on drug in the morning. Although I have done it, but drugs are not good for you guys. Ready? Ding, 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 ding. Let's go. See, NVDA always have volume. Big beat on NVDA at 130. Sorry, big ask. It might actually go to 130. Huge ask. damn it. I wanted to go to NVIDIA long. Oop. And a few seconds it popped up. So NVIDIA turned out to be super strong. Tesla is coming up. Snow is also popping up. Wow. Snow is really rallying. I'm going to get some long on NVIDIA, 130.55 for a pop. Let's see if you can get a 1 minute screen range breakout. It's be above R4. I'm long NVIDIA at 130.55. Let's see if you can get breakout. Buy and Qs both popped up. Snow is coming down. Tesla went red. Wow.
Some big orders on NVIDIA, 131.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Open destroying. Kind of looks at the market. Qs are really coming down, so may not be really a good trade. We'll see. I think it won't be. Getting out of it. Yeah, I gotta stop that on NVIDIA. All out with a loss. Snow is going down. Snow. I'm shorting a Snow 121.73. A little bit.
Yeah, I'm short Snow as well.
I'm short the Snow guy. And NVIDIA looking at it for potential long again. Let's see if you can get that. Snow can go to 120.80 down if he wants to go there. He is still struggling. Okay, so Snow is dropping. Let's see if Snow can go to the low of the pre-market at around 120, and then we have S3 at 120.45.
I just covered some at 121.30.
NVIDIA is still above the VWAP. Let's see if it's going to go up or not. AMD is popping up nicely. AMD looks like it wants to go to
R. Look at it. Yeah, AMD is ripping.
AMD is going to go to 160 today, I think. All right. Snow is coming down. I'm covering a Snow at 120.75.
Yeah, I covered some at 120.72.
Still this NVIDIA I'm long. I don't know what to do with it. Snow is bouncing back.
Bounced off S3.
Yeah, my stop loss is on Snow at the break even, which is now exactly.
Yeah, I'm a little bit higher here, 121.60.
Let's see if NVIDIA is holding the VWAP or not. It looks like it really wants to hold the VWAP. I'm going to add a little bit more on NVIDIA here. Let's see if you can get the breakout. I'm still short on Snow. Snow is going down, 120.58.
Yeah, 120 we could get to.
NVIDIA is doing that thing that I was afraid of.
Just covered some more at 124.40.
Yeah, Snow is doing pretty good.
Put an order in.
Right, so I'm getting out of stop. I gotta stop that on NVIDIA, guys. This is making it fun. This is super bad trade. Let's focus on Snow. It's 120. See if Snow can hold still. NVIDIA is super choppy. Snow at S3. NVIDIA is coming back up, huh?
Yeah, NVIDIA
really is coming back up.
Choppy.
If NVIDIA closes above the VWAP, I'll go long again on this. Waiting for this 1 minute candlestick. See it's going to happen. I'm going to go back long on NVIDIA 130.29. Let's see if this time it's going to pop up. I'm still short Snow. My average on Snow is 121.51. So it's going down more nice, covering more here. Snow. I think we're going to break it 120.
You got an order set at 19.99. Actually, I'll cover some more here. 24.
I think we're going to break the 120.
There's still an order here. Come on, Snow. Let it snow. Let it snow.
Melt. It's summer snow. Come on. NVIDIA is coming up. Come on. NVIDIA is going up. Come on. I have a big loss on NVIDIA. I hope that I can make it back. Tesla is coming back up. AMD did nothing. SPY is still high, green. Zoom is hitting the scanner. I gotta check out Zoom.
Here we go. Come on, Snow. Now you're gonna break 120. We know it. Here it is. Here it comes. Gonna get a big flush in volume. Come on.
Zoom on a daily chart. Yeah, so we broke these daily charts. We have, it can be highway to hell, honestly.
Dang. Come on. Didn't drop below 120 yet. Held 120.
I'm getting out of NVIDIA, guys. I stopped at NVIDIA. NVIDIA was a very big loss for me today. NVIDIA is just not a long. I don't know why I got stuck in this long. Yeah, this glasses is going to be, I have to change it from money to death. Look to this one. Because I lost money. I'm negative, guys. If NVIDIA closes above the VWAP, I'm going to go back in there, but it hasn't really yet. So AMD is coming back up. Oh, AMD is interesting. Price action on AMD is interesting.
It just looks like a chop fest to me right now. Market's kind of choppy.
Gotta get back into it.
Come on. Snow has got a lot of liquidity here, under 120. Come on, I know the market makers want to transact a bunch of volume there.
Zoom is going up, huh? What a nice trade on Zoom.
We're going
Tesla wants to come back up. Meta is garbage.
Yeah.
AAP.
Look at Zoom go. Where are they?
NVIDIA, I'm not really convinced on NVIDIA long yet, still. It needs to close above the VWAP. Now it's coming back up again. I already have 2 losses, actually 3 trades on it that I got lost. So Snow I'm still short. SPY's going back up toward the highs.
Okay, here we go. Come on. Come on
Snow.
down. Yeah.
Snow is melting. So, Warren Buffett is still in snow? No. Oh?
I don't know. I didn't know he was.
I think Warren Buffett was one of the people who, when snow went public, he went in there. But that was many, many years ago. I don't know if he's still in there.
He hasn't been around that long.
I remember at the IPO he bought, I think it was 2020. I think Warren Buffett bought that. Maybe sold. That was 4 years ago. That was famous because Warren Buffett usually don't invest in technology companies. But the Snow was one of the very few technology companies that he actually had interest in it. Tesla, I know, see Tesla, I'm not really super fan of trading it right at the previous day close. It looks like super choppy to me. Semis are super choppy. Zoom was a nice opening range break up, but I got stuck in there.
I am
negative right now, but I still have an open position on Zoom. On Snow. I'm not officially.
Yeah, I'm long Zoom. I took a long on Zoom at 64.60, and here we go. We're through 65. Selling.
Right, so Snow's trying to pop back up, huh? Anyone is in Zoom or long?
I'm in. Still have a little bit left. Oh, Jared shorted NVIDIA.
Yes, the NVIDIA was a good short. Like today is really. It did an engulfing, essentially, a bearish engulfing. I tried to catch this freaking reversal on it. I couldn't.
Sneaky guy. That Jared. Yeah. Definitely looks like maybe we have some more upside on Zoom. Zoom, 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 going to the moon.
So what's your average on Zoom?
I got in at 64.60.
64.60.
Yeah, I just got in on that little pullback.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't song and dance if that's your average. 64.60. Yeah, I would dance if my average is at 62.
I know. Yeah, I'd be. But I have great hopes for Zoom. Gonna have to get out of rest of Snow here.
All right, so I think Snow is gonna stop me out. NVIDIA is coming back up. I'm gonna probably get stopped out on probably going to get stopped out on Snow very soon. I'm looking at NVIDIA. If it comes back above the VWAP, I'm going to go long at 130.12. Market did some sort of a pop. My average in the Snow is 121.51, so very close to getting stopped out. NVIDIA seems like it's NVIDIA looks like it wants to go higher.
Just selling.
Getting a long on NVIDIA. I'm actually going long NVIDIA at 130. Let's see if NVIDIA.
Oh, now Zoom's going to pull back again. Very Snow. I'm long NVIDIA. Market on the other way. Snow is still. I lost today. Trading is not fun anymore. No.
Guys, always making money. Right, Snow is coming down, guys, at 120. Break up 120. I think it's gonna. Ooh, wow! Look at that. I'm covering more on Snow 119.75. Brian, are you still short Snow? It's really good.
No, I bailed on the rest of it.
No, I still have a lot of Snow shares short. So I'm covering more at 119.32. Let's see if I can get out of this freaking NVIDIA at break even. He is super garbage today.
Looking for 66 now on Zoom. See, I told you, Zoom going to the moon.
Wow, 66. Yeah, it's going up, huh? What happened to the market? What was the news that came today?
There were jobs numbers this morning. We had jobless claims, manufacturing surveys, 945. We've got manufacturing and services PMI. So that just came out.
Okay, Brent, are you ready? Are you ready to see a breakout in NVIDIA? It is going. It looks like it's going up.
Let's ask Jared his opinion.
What was the numbers? It was the manufacturing PMI, huh?
Yeah.
Guys, I'm short the Snow and I'm long NVIDIA. I am super red on NVIDIA and profitable on Snow. Let's see if I'm gonna add a little bit more on NVIDIA here. Let's see if we can get that pop. All right, so here we go. Come on, NVIDIA. I don't know why NVIDIA is going up. Market is not going up, but no. Shit, got trapped.
Yeah, I don't like it. Just keeps failing, right? Excuse me. It just keeps failing at R4.
I know NVIDIA is super, not a trade day to touch NVIDIA, really.
So Snow is so annoying.
Snow is coming below 119. Oh, very nice. Snow is coming. I still have shares on Snow. I'm thinking of maybe it's going to go to 117. So I don't want to partial too early, too fast here. Yeah, I don't want to partial too much too fast. It is heading lower. So I think the next level on Snow is 117.
Well,
I think 117
SPY and Qs are dropping.
Yeah, no luck on that. VDA never really closed officially above the VWAP. It's rejecting the R4. Yeah, I'm getting a stop down on NVIDIA, guys. I'm going to accept a very heavy loss today.
Thor is shorting the Qs.
Yeah, I got to stop down, guys, on NVIDIA. I have a very bad loss. Oh, shit. Did I get short on NVIDIA? No. Cover short, cover.
Zoom's coming back down. See what it does here. As long as it stays above the 9 EMA. And that's pretty close to my break even on the rest. So yeah, semis are pretty choppy. AMD, NVIDIA. Wow. Snow looks like it could go lower.
I know. I'm actually the only nice position that I have is the Snow. This freaking NVIDIA, man. I lost so much money on this NVIDIA. Now it wants to go break out. I think it's Snow. I'm going to cover at 117. It's going to go lower. This is fundamentally broke. But the question is, do I want to trade another one on NVIDIA or not? That's the main question. I'm going to go back in NVIDIA. This is super... I'm back long on NVIDIA at 130. Let's see if this time wants to go up. I'm adding above, if it goes for the high of today, 130.50. Snow, I'm not going to cover until 117 probably. It's coming up. Qs are coming up. Price coming back up. Do we have any news at 10 or no? This is it.
No, that's it. Meta's breaking out.
Your Zoom is still going up well too, huh, Brian?
Yeah. It's sort of stalling a bit here.
Come on, NVDA. You can break out. It's coming back up slowly. Qs are coming back up. The buying brigades are coming, guys. Well, NVIDIA is super tricky today. It really caught me. I'm down super big on NVIDIA. I had a very, very big loss. Obviously, I had a very bad entry, big position right at the open. It was way extended from the... But what I like about NVIDIA is it really didn't sell off for half an hour, so it really bounced back. It's super choppy. As you see, 5 minutes, there's no direction. But if it can, potentially, the market shows the strength, goes up, potentially can break the high of the day. Now the asks are getting higher. The R4 is at 130.34 is resistance. If it can go up, like market is now moving toward the high of the day. Maybe at about 130.50 I add, and then for the break of high of the day, I might actually come out on break even on that. But it's a little bit tricky. So it's not a directional day for NVDA, and I'm not really proud of this type of trading. Meta did all-time high, huh? Yeah, Meta was super strong near all-time high yesterday. Oh, yeah. Brian, look at the Meta.
I know. I've been watching it.
Meta broke all-time. All-time was 142.542. Yeah, there you go. If the SPY does the all-time high, Brian is going to do a backflip for us live on YouTube.
Be sure.
So far, my life depends on this NVIDIA if it breaks up. Meta did pop up. SPY is still up. NVIDIA on the daily charts just doesn't have momentum to break out, huh? That's why. Snow is recovering slowly. I'm still short on Snow. Average is at 121.50. NVIDIA lost it again. Shit, this time, seriously, I'm going to accept a very big loss on NVIDIA. Definitely, NVIDIA is definitely not tradable today. Getting a stop out on NVIDIA, guys. Piece of garbage. I have no idea what a loss it is on it. Oh.
Yeah, I just can't see trading that.
Yeah, it was horrible. Yeah. I had a very, very big loss on it. Let's see what Snow doing. I'm thinking potentially adding on short on Snow. What do you think, Brian?
It's got some more orders to the downside. 119, 118.50. Hard to say if it's kind of done going down.
I'm gonna add a little bit on short on snow. I'll bring my average to 120.50, which is the VWAP. If you can, yeah, I added more short on snow. If it goes to VWAP, which is 120.50, I'm gonna get a stopped out. If not, yeah, I got filled. If not, if it goes lower, then it would be a much, much better trade. Yeah, NVIDIA lost it. NVIDIA was super piece of garbage today. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I overtraded on NVIDIA. I tried to catch this breakout on it. I couldn't. Very big loss. Very big loss on NVIDIA. Okay. What happened to Brian?
I'll be back.
He was a good man. Meta was very nice. Yeah, Meta was a nice break. The volume also came in at 952.
Okay, I'll take a short with you on snow. So 119.50, I'm back in.
Why not short NVDA? The reason that I didn't like NVIDIA short, it's just trading is this narrow range with this between R3 and R4. I honestly don't think I want to touch it anymore. Hey Gonzalo, how are you, buddy? TJX. What's that one, TJX? Nothing in TJX. Well, it was a nice trade on Meta. NVIDIA 130. Yeah, so this 130 on a daily chart, it looks like really topping up. So, oh shit, the snow is coming down, Brian. That's so good. I have so much snow.
See it was a good got back in.
I have 12,000 shares of snow short. I have 12,000 shares of snow short. Wow, NVIDIA went down. I like that. No, I think I want to hold this big size in the snow to 117. I think there's a good chance that it's going to go lower. Bonds are down. TLT is down 1%. Should we buy some bonds, Brian?
Yields are
I have
up.
some extra cash in my account. What's the yield of TLT right now? How much is it giving us? 418, huh?
Yeah, you go out a little longer runs.
TLT is now, right now, by today's price, the yield would be 418, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so marketing is heading lower. That's good because I'm short snow. Jared is short NVDA. Yeah, NVIDIA looks like it wants to go red. JP and JEPQ. Yeah, JP and JEPQ are pretty good too. But they're kind of, JP and JEPQ are correlated with the equities. Usually they say the portfolio should be a mix of bonds and stocks. Like a typical standard is a 60-40 portfolio, 60% equities, 40% bonds. The problem with JP is they are still correlated asset to equities. That's the problem. Right, so we lost our money today on NVIDIA a lot.
Here, this is me doing a flip for you.
No. We need a backflip when the market makes all-time high. Oh, is that really you?
Yep.
Wow. That's a really good picture. Let me get this picture for Brent. Brent, this picture, show this picture in YouTube. If Brian, if market makes all-time high, Brian is going to do a backflip on YouTube.
Covering some snow here. Again, nice.
I'm not covering nothing. I won 117 on snow.
Well, I got back in at 119.50, so I'm just going to cover some. I'll take the buck.
NVIDIA is going to go red. Oh, look at the drop. Drop all across the board. How's the YouTube guys doing?
Brian, is that really you?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
wow.
Used to do gymnastics.
Yeah, it is. I can see him from his hair.
That's amazing.
Where did you land on that picture? You landed on a mat. Nice. So who's short the snow with us? Should I cover some? I'm covering some here just to be part of the history, but I think the snow has more. What's on IWM? Yeah, Qs are gonna go red. SPY is gonna go red soon, probably. ASTS. What's ASTS doing? ASTS is going down. NVIDIA is gonna go red. Market is really rolling over towards. Oh, NVIDIA went red.
NVIDIA's PDC. Probably going to bounce here.
It would be March 29 to 30th, 31st, 2025. That would be the Vancouver event. The dates are set. And Gonzalo, you have to come. There is no excuse.
All right. Snow. Breaking 118. Just going to cover a little bit more.
Yeah, Snow, I think I told you it's going to go to 117.
Yeah.
I'm going to cover at 117. I told you.
I like that. I liked, kind of talked me into getting back into it.
Mm-hmm.
There's your bounce on NVIDIA.
It's more like 10,000 shares, Kyle, right now, but yeah. Shh. 117. That would be nice. So Snow, the earning was on Snow yesterday.
Last night. Yeah.
Last night, yeah.
Yeah.
Earning.
Funny thing was they did beat on top and bottom line. Just kind of.
So what the hell was the problem?
I don't know. The guidance wasn't great, actually, from what I heard. I didn't listen to the call.
Oh, the declaration. Yeah, declaration in the revenue. So the full year outlook.
Your outlook wasn't great.
Very funny that, the Wall Street price you for the future and you have to tell them about the future yourself. Just what an interesting situation. I'm covering some here at 117.94. Just
I'm looking for 66 now on Zoom. It's probably
get bounced back from the previous day close. Snow was the best trade of the day for me, really. I'm actually very, very proud of this trade that I did on Snow. Jared, are you short NVDA or you're trying to you cut a reversal on it?
Yeah, look at that PDC move, eh? What did I tell you?
Jared's you've been always short, huh? NVDA. Very nice, guys. I mean, if you made money, guys, just walk away. We had this conversation yesterday with Credit. It was really good. And, this over trading, she was saying that there are research that chemically it rewires your brain. These trades, causes dopamine spike. So remember that you're dealing with something that is out of your control. It's the chemistry in your brain. Walk away if you had a good day. Like the reason that I traded NVIDIA like that is just, that dopamine in my brain is just addiction. Walk away if you had a good day. It doesn't bother me at all if someone after, 20 minutes and say goodbye and leaves. That actually shows a very healthy community that people are leaving after in the morning.
Here we go.
If the number of the people goes up or stays the same, it means that they're a bunch of degens. I think it's very healthy that people leave after the morning session.
I'm going to get to 66 now on Zoom. Here we go.
Yeah, brands. Yeah, Zoom was a very nice price action.
Yeah,
It's not really my style, this kind of a slow moves, but
just nice. Yeah. Well, I had a nice breakout for the first 20 minutes or so.
NVDA is coming down.
It's still
28.79.
holding PDC. It's be
Yeah,
interesting to see if it actually goes red and stays red.
yeah, I'm thinking of getting a long on NVDA. The previous day close. Getting a long on NVDA at 128.72. So let's see if you can hold the previous day close, pop up about 129. So it looks like a double bottom on NVDA. Snow is still pretty good on that front. Stop loss on NVDA would be below 128.40. Snow is coming back slowly. Yeah,
Here
I don't
we go.
see also snow.
Here's 66 on Zoom.
Yeah, that's nice. Right, let's see if NVIDIA wants to pop.
Qs are back in the green. SPY is just barely staying green. AMD looks like it's heading lower.
NVIDIA might stop me out again. Let's stop touching this company. Ah! Damn it, NVIDIA. You got to be kidding me. This is not fun anymore.
I might have wonder if that was like a liquidity grab there. They just dropped it below so they could.
Yeah, I gotta stop out, guys, on NVIDIA too. This NVIDIA, guys. Damn it, I cannot believe I lost this much money on it.
I just took it long, 128.47. See if it pops back up now.
I might have been the liquidity grab.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how it works, those liquidity grabs, but
well, they just run the stops. They knew that there were a bunch of stops right below PDC. So they just drop it below so they can trigger all those stops and pick up shares. And then they start buying it.
today is going to be a very seriously red day for me. It's going to be one of those days that I ended up like a big loss. I added some short on a snow at 118.75. So you can see my chart, guys. I added some short on this pullback.
Yeah, I'm getting out of it. It's not going to, doesn't look like, I still think it might turn around and go back up. It's definitely still a seller there.
AMD super downhill too, huh?
Yeah.
VDA. Yeah, VDA is kind of holdy too, but sorry guys, I traded really bad today. I mean, this making these jokes and stuff with these glasses caught me. I thought I'm super cool, but oh shit, NVIDIA is now popping up, huh? You're now popping?
Yeah, I'm back long. I knew it.
On NVIDIA?
Yeah. Just sold some.
All right, I'm gonna go back long on 2 as well. But
it's only
Brian, if you get a stopped out, it's your fault. Back long on NVIDIA for the
we're at the 9
complete
EMA on
market
the
trading.
2-minute. Looking for 129 now.
Back long on NVIDIA too. Let's see if this one blames. We're gonna blame Brian if we get it stopped out.
I've already partialed.
You already partial?
Yeah, just because we're back at the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart. But let's see if it holds here. See if we can get through 129. That we get above that and get to the 20 EMA. Yeah, I still feel like NVIDIA is in a downtrend, but
let's see if NVIDIA can make actually a new 5-minute high.
That'd be cool.
It looks like it wants to go above 129. Would be nice. Snow is slowly coming back up. My average on the snow is 120.25, so still very big space.
Here we go.
AMD went down very nicely. What's Tesla doing? Tesla also super garbage.
Come on. There's no orders at 129. That concerns me. Or very little.
129. I still partialing above 129. I don't want to partial for 10 cents. So it looks like we're getting on NVIDIA. Come on, make a new 5-minute high. What about the 15-minute chart look like? Oh, it's horrible.
Here we go. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Selling some. Yeah, selling some.
Come
129.01.
I'm not selling anything. I'm actually adding a little bit more here. I want to see if you can get a little bit more higher. I'm adding it on it to see if you can get to NVIDIA. Like my style of trading is a little bit different from. I need a little bit of more pop on this. I'm not gonna.
We're running into the 20 EMA.
Yeah, I was thinking of 5-minute chart, 129.20 would be something. Now we're making 5-minute highs.
Yeah, 129.20. We're there now. Just sold some more. All right.
Here we go. There you go.
Just,
That's what I want. That's what I want. Now it's partial here.
There we go. All right. Okay. I'm out. 129.30. Anybody else grab that trade? Who else grabbed that trade? Come on. A little bit of a false breakdown there. Nice. All right. A few of our traders in the room got.
I'm still in there. Actually, I still have a big size on NVIDIA here. I want to get back into profit on this. Come on, NVIDIA. That candlestick was nice. On a 5-minute, kind of a bullish one. Let's see if we can get to VWAP. I would be very interested to see if we can get to volume weighted average price, which is the blue line on my chart.
We stalled right at yesterday's high. Qs and SPY are bouncing back. Let's see. So the buying brigade came in.
Certainly appears so. I still have a big size on NVDA. I want to see if we can get a little bit higher on that.
So you can see what happened there. You can call that a double bottom, but you can see how we dropped below PDC. A lot of the machines and market makers knew there were stops there, so they can use those stops to transact, pick up shares, and then they just push it higher. And now, selling them at higher price.
Fuck, Brian, Zoom is at 67. Do you still have it?
No. Zoom. Going to the moon.
Going to the moon, huh? I'm going to add a little bit on NVIDIA here. 129.22. I want to see if NVIDIA can continue. I added more at 129.22.
What keeps grinding higher is AAP. I was thinking of you taking this trade as a rising devil, but it's just buying has just been consistent.
I am still in snow. My average on snow is 120. So I am still in snow. So
okay, I'm flat. I have no positions on.
Hey, Andrew and Brian. Just in a moment, we're going to switch over to Susan. She has a presentation for the YouTube audience today. And then you guys can continue live trading on the BBT chat room.
Right.
Yeah, thanks, guys. So if you guys enjoyed this show, if you want to come trade live with us, see my screen real time, entries and exit, guys, you can join us in the chat room with the intro level. Don't spend a lot of money on the expensive ones. And then we have this $50,000 funded account that you can actually trade on it and take the profit. For those of you who don't want to risk their real account, or they don't have $25,000. So I think that's a good feature. We have about 140 traders are trading on it, and the top ones are up a lot. So I actually review that. Maybe I send a newsletter about the performance on those folks, guys. It's a very, very interesting learning experience for everybody. So I think it's very good for people who want to trade. They have time, but just don't have the capital, or they don't want to risk the capital. It's our Diamond membership. And so looking forward to see you guys. And today was tough. I'm personally down $11,000 now. Let's see how these two positions are going to go for me. But today was tough.
It has been a little more difficult the last couple of days for sure, because we've sort of gotten stuck in a bit of a trading range. So, all right. Well, we'll drop off here. Have a good one, everyone. Hope you had a good morning. And we'll see you tomorrow, Friday.
See you tomorrow, guys. Cheers.
Hi, Susan.
Hello. Good morning.
Just going to end this in the chat. Perfect. Sorry. doing double duty today. How are you?
Okay. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
So let's talk about today's topic, which is about how to build a trade book consistently. Tried to fit that title in there, but it's pretty much, you know, how you can be. Oh wait, sorry, I have your title here. Trade books and how building a trade book leads to consistency in trading. So give us the down low on that. How do we be consistent with our trade books?
All right. Well, first I'll introduce myself briefly.
Sorry.
It's okay. So my name's Susan Rizzi. I've worked at BBT, specifically more at Peak Capital Trading, which is another business of BBT. We teach traders, aspiring traders or traders that are just looking to advance their trading skills, get more organized, take their trading to the next level. And so my role at Peak Capital is to assist the traders on their trade books. I started this a couple years ago, but prior to that, I worked in corporate. And for about 15 years, I'm a psych major, MBA, did 15 years at actually the furniture and design industry, which I really enjoyed that for the time being. I'm in Florida. I have 2 children. They keep me incredibly busy. But yeah, that's how I came into trading. And that's a bit about my background and what I do in the community. So now the more important thing is how trade books, building a trade book as a trader can lead you down the road to consistency. I kind of think building a trade book it's your trade plan, right? It's like what you're going to trade, how you're going to trade it, how you're going to show up every day, what you're going to risk. If you have a day where things don't work out, what's the maximum that you can lose that day? When you have a day things are working out, what's your target? What's your goal? What are you trying to attain? And so I think it's like anything in life, like that you want to achieve. There's an old saying, right, that if you fail to plan, right, you're planning to fail. So I remember hearing that in my life. And it's applicable to trading. It's applicable to, like I said, anything. If you want to get in shape, if you want to lose weight, it's one thing to want something. It's another thing to put together a solid plan. And then the next component is more what Greta talked about and getting into the psychology and having the discipline, of course, then to follow and execute your plan consistently. But when we talk about trading and building consistency, I think until you are consistent, right? Because you're really what you're bringing to the table is you. There's not a team of people. You do this independently. So your plan needs to be consistent. And then you have to also, more again on the psychology, have a consistent mindset that can execute that plan. And again, I did listen yesterday. They touched on it. When you start to think this way and when you interact with the market this way, Andrew mentioned yesterday, which I believe is true, it just becomes more about probability, more about, okay, this loss was 1 R or whatever that R is for you, $100, $1,000, it doesn't really matter, but I'm taking this is as much as I can take today. On my winning days, I average this. And by the end of the month, that looks like this. And it becomes more, Andrew said again yesterday, like engineer, becomes more like this. And I think that allows us to build some consistency, build a consistent plan, build a consistent road for ourselves. And it also can help with some of that emotions because you're really just following your plan. If it doesn't work, your plan just didn't work that day. You're not taking that on as a personal, I failed. No, if you did what you were supposed to do, your plan is built so that we know it's not going to work every day. So that was long-winded, but I hope.
No, that was great.
Okay.
Like, I think when you're starting out trading too, you don't even know what a trade book is, right? And like, how does that make a difference between an amateur trader and somebody who's been trading for a while? How important that having that trade book is?
Yeah, so some of the elements that again I teach at P Capital. So the elements that we teach is the first thing is having a plan or a strategy, and it can be a basic strategy. It doesn't have to. It can be as difficult or as easy as you want it to be. You know, I sometimes overcomplicate my life, and at first I would overcomplicate my trading. And it can be complicated, but it can literally be like when it breaks VWAP, I enter. And this is like, you're going to have criteria you're looking for. It has to meet certain criteria. You probably don't do it every time, but you know, it's a plan. It's a basic plan. So you start there. You have your money and your risk management. You have your trade management, your framework, your tools. We go over hotkeys, journaling. We touch on psych, we touch on personalities, your mental edge, and then what your true trading edge is. And so I've seen folks that come in at all levels. We have in the past run pretty big classes in boot camp. There's been a lot of demand, which is pretty cool to see. A lot of people interested in learning how to trade in the market. So I've seen people come that have been trading a few years and just want to get organized, more organized. And I've seen folks like myself when I actually took the course, brand new, and they don't have a plan. And it's like, what do I do? You know? And I can speak from my personal experience, how much it helped me to go through and build out a solid plan and a trade book. And then you know what you're supposed to be doing every day. You know you're supposed to be looking for something specific and behaving in a specific way. And if things aren't interacting that way, they're not happening, you just don't have to do anything. Your capital remains the same maybe that day or those hours of the trading time if your setup's not appearing. So that's my personal experience. And then it's been really nice for me personally to work with so many people because I've seen their trading improve. And even if they're by the end of boot camp, sometimes their trading is just starting to improve, or maybe, you know, everyone comes at it from a different place. So maybe their equity curve was going down, and now we've been able to at least just like stabilize it. Not we, it's really them. They've been able to stabilize it during boot camp. But I get a lot of emails. I get to interact with everybody a lot, which I enjoy, and help them along with their trade plans and their trade books. And they're just very happy, I think, to have that structure and that plan. And I think as one of Mark Douglas's books, while I'm saying this, like the market, we should see the market as endless possibilities and opportunities to make money, but there's no structure. There's no beginning. There's no end. It's continuous, right? And that freedom and independence for a lot of us is a big turn on, right? It's a lot of what attracts us to trading. But what happens is we do need structure. We need some kind of a box. We need some rules. Like we want to be disciplined. Well, we need to know what we're being disciplined to. And that can be different for every single trader. You know, it's going to be, even if you're following one of the mods or somebody, eventually you might do things a little bit differently, right? You might like different stocks. You might need to see, you know, a slightly different candle setup, or it needs to cross an MA where the other guy doesn't really care if it does that. And that's all okay. But you have to find your structure and your box, because otherwise the market is like set for people to take your money. So we can't just freely go. We have to have a box that we put ourselves in, for lack of a better term, and that structure. We have to create our own structure. And then there are going to be endless streams of opportunities. Some days better than others, we know, right? But there are tons of opportunities to then execute your strategy. But you know the stats on your strategy. That's how the consistency comes, because you know if you perform a certain way every day, what to expect at the end of the month, quarter, year, or what have you. And if those expectations aren't being met, you have your process. You can go back to your process and you can tweak your process. But if it's just a free-for-all, that's, I think, what leads to more emotional trading. It's harder to improve. You don't really know what to tweak. I don't know. I think it's the same for anything. If you're like trying to lose weight, if you're anything you're trying to achieve, like you have to know what your plan is. You have to know, if I just do this every single day, even though some days I don't want to, not eat carbs or whatever your plan is, it's going to work if you execute on that plan. I hope that makes sense.
Oh, it makes total sense. Thank you so much. I wanted to open up to YouTube to send us some questions you might have. Bring those questions in. We have Susan here. Now's the time to ask about, if you're just starting out, how to make a trade book. If you've had a trade book for a while, but you have questions about how to make it more consistent, now's the time. But I do have one question so far in the YouTube chat. Serifs, I believe, is the name. So they've said that they've been a BBT member since August 2020. Wow, thank you. They're thinking about taking the boot camp. Why should he take boot camp? Sell it to him.
Okay. It's kind of on the same realm of what I was just mentioning. So it sounds like you're in the boat of you've been trading for a few years, which is awesome. So no matter where you are, whether your whether your equity curve's going down, whether it's break even, whether you're seeing some success, but if you're trying to tighten that up, if you're trying to take your trading to the next level, boot camp's intense. I mean, it lives up to its name. Like, you have, it's quick, it's fast paced. You're going to learn a ton of information in those weeks, and it's going to then sink in. Like after boot camp even ends, you'll be like, aha, you'll go back to it. But you're creating a trade plan. We call it like a living document. And what that means is you're going to have, if you keep up, you will have a professionally done trade book by the end of boot camp. But the work's not done there. That's your blueprint. It's just like a business plan, right? So now you have your business plan, you have your structure in place. But then you're going to be journaling daily. So when you're reviewing your journal, whether it's weekly, daily, monthly, quarterly, maybe you collected enough data. Now you want to tweak it. Now you see, because for example, you're collecting on how far your trades run, and you're usually taking profit at 2R, and you're seeing that 60% of your trades are getting to 3R, and you've been able to calculate in your journaling that if you held for 3R and you didn't profit at 2R, you would make X amount more money per month. And maybe you've built out a simple data set's 20 trades. Maybe you've got a few data sets telling you that. So now you're going to tweak now you want to test that theory out because you have the data, right? So now you're going to tweak your trade book. You're going to tweak your plan. You're going to tweak your trade management plan. And you've been able to implement that. So, I mean, there's just so many reasons to take boot camp as a trader, right? If you obviously, if you want to build your strategy, like I said, money and risk management, trade management, framework. So framework is like the big picture of your trade management. What's your 30-day max loss? What do you do if it hits? Let's just say, for example, your $100 a trade is your risk, and your 30-day max loss is $500. So if you lose $500 anytime within 30 days, what do? Do you go back to sim? Do you wait till your discipline rating's at 90%? Have you thought about it? I mean, a lot of people probably haven't, unless they've been around folks like Mike and the other mods or other you read other professional books that have told you to think about this stuff. Hot buttons we go through. I think journaling's a huge one. I think getting really great data and being able to make changes, tweaks, and conclusions, not based on emotions, but based on data, is huge. And we definitely spend time on journaling. So all of those reasons, I think sell boot camp.
Amazing. And how long is boot camp? You said it's pretty quick.
If it's quick, in my opinion, it's quick for the amount of things that you learn. I think we go, Mike's going to kill me because I should know this answer, but I think we go 10 to 12 weeks, and I've been doing this a few years, so that's my fault for being flaky and not knowing the exact answer, but 1, 2, 3, let me count. 1, 2, that's 2 weeks, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it's like 12 weeks. But if you go to peakcapitaltrading.com, then you can verify when the next class starts. We do it a few times a year. So even if the next one's filled, because they do tend to fill, there may be information on when the following class begins. But it's a much more accurate information on there too, and how long it lasts and what the commitment level is weekly and things like that.
Amazing. And let's see if there's any other questions.
One more thought, as I talk about the commitment, because I know a lot of us have families, full-time jobs, part-time jobs, and it is intensive, but don't let that scare you away. If trading is something that you want to do as a part-time job, as a hobby, as maybe someday, your full-time, adding money to your income or your families, everything's recorded is the point being. So, I know my schedule is weird, but it's like, oh, on Wednesday night, I have to take my son to soccer. Like, I couldn't be at that meeting. Like, you don't have to sweat it. As long as you can figure out another hour in your week that you could listen to that Wednesday night meeting, so you don't miss out. And it's not like grade school where we take attendance or anything like that. So don't let it scare you if this is something that you really want to learn and get better at.
So it's available to anybody that has a BBT membership. Is that correct?
I don't even know that you have to have a BBT membership. I think it's available. There's usually some different deals. I don't know for sure. I'd have to check, but sometimes the membership comes with it.
Gotcha.
Different things, but I would check the website. Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I think you answered everything, and we are running a little bit longer. We've been doing this for 20 minutes. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You gave a
Sorry,
lot of great information. No, it's great. Everybody likes it. What is the name of the website to check for more information? That is a good last question I'm going to take from Derek. Where should we send these people?
So Peak, P-E-A-K, capital trading, Peak Capital Trading. And then, of course, .com. Yeah, you can just Google search Peak Capital Trading, and it should come up.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm sure I would think there's connections somewhere too on the BBT website, which I'm sure everybody's familiar with.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. So just type in Peak Capital Trading and in Google, and it will pop up, and you can sign up there. Susan, I want to thank you so much for coming on YouTube. Great having you here. A lot of great information. Really appreciate it. And YouTube, thank you for the questions, and we'll be back tomorrow. Any last words, Susan?
No, thank you for having me. And yeah, my email, if you ever want to ask me any questions, it's susan@peakcapitaltrading.com. So I'm there if you need me.
Thank you so much. And everybody, have a great day. Bye.